I mean, we were really thrown into this together to like really long days on set, and sort of in the same way that me and Pedro thrown into season 1. Me and Isabella didn't have time to get to know each other before. We were both so busy. She was filming like another movie at the same time. And so, yeah, she really kept the set really light and breezy and brought such a joy to it. Just like this real fresh energy that we needed, I think.
Is one of my most cherished things in this whole season is the relationship that we built on and off screen. Just perfect.
We established a really strong bond early, knowing that I grew up in Austin, Texas. He spent some time in San Antonio in his early life. We had a FaceTime right when I arrived in Calgary that first season, and we talked about the dialect and worked on some kind of binding elements of the two brothers, and then did some just activities. Went and drank a bunch of tequila sodas and talked about our families, and floated the Bow River with Nico on a raft, and then in episode 6 we had some really wonderful rehearsals with Jasmilla to develop what we needed to for the scene in the bar where I revealed to him that I'm going to be a father. And I think all of that together created the fabric we needed, the threads to tie us together, and so that once we got here, when he arrived for the second season, it was pretty seamless. We dropped right back in the saddle pretty easy. Yeah.
But to work on something of this scale with people like Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann and the cast and crew, it's so fun. Getting to this level in my career and working with people who don't really have ego, but everyone's so collectively focused on storytelling and making something that people will resonate with and remember. I feel extremely fortunate. I count my lucky stars, because I used to, I was like washing dishes in a restaurant in Central Park at 2 in the morning, auditioning for, abysmal projects, and to be here, I owe it to my younger self. I really do. I feel so blessed to be here. Yeah.
Everyone's known that we bring money. I think the statistics have always backed it up, and now it's been more about it being so obvious that it's like unable to be skirted by or mistaken, and so it's a big duh, I think, for all of us that know, but it's also just continuously like pushing, using our momentum to get people to, one, continue believing that we could lead projects like this, and yeah, it's a continuous tug of war, and I think as aware as we are of like how much power we have, I think we continuously need to see ourselves in this position, and it is the most watched show, I think. I don't know, you guys know the statistics, but yeah,
I think it's a Latino show. I'm gonna call it one.
Yeah, I mean, it fully feels like it, and it's great to, like, when I showed up on set, and then there was also Spanish on set, and it's knowing how massive the show is. It was like, oh yeah, duh, like we are doing this thing.
And I don't know if you can answer this, but I wanted to ask anyways. I know that Joel's fate is kind of played out in a certain way in the video game. If it does play out the same way in part 2 for season 2, would you still bring Pedro back for maybe either flashbacks or bring him back in a different way?
There's so much speculation in that question. I guess I would say is that The Last of Us, from game 1 to season 1, we've played a lot with time. We go forward, we go backwards, and that continues in this season. And again, if we get to do it again, there's a good chance we're going to play around with time. And as far as characters' fates, watch the show.